Hello everybody. If you look at the upload date, you will understand why I decided to post this particular video today. This is because I don't normally touch any non-old school cards here on this channel. I mean, I do a little bit of pre-modern maybe, and mostly I'm focused on 93, 94. And these are the packs that were released in 2005, 9th edition Russian cards, and there are 11 packs. This is what we can call the Russian Alpha, and I'm not even joking, because you know Wizards of the Coast had this tradition. When they were first printing a card, they were giving it black border, and it was the first print in a particular language, so that's why you have, let's say, foreign black bordered cards, right? So Magic cards in Russia, the first Magic set that was printed was in 2005, the 9th edition. And as you know, the 9th edition is the last core set with white bordered, but in this particular set, in the Russian set, even non-foil cards were also black bordered, which makes this particular set very interesting. And I am not going to lie to you, I'm not going to say that these packs come from some particular booster box. I mean, I cannot really say what kind of provenance this has. I bought them from my LGS, and I previously opened some of these packs, and the best card I got was foil Curdape, which isn't much big of a deal. I mean, it's not that much valuable, so I'm not entirely sure about these. But let's take a look, let's see what there is. Anyway, it's rather nostalgic. The 9th edition, I remember it very well. Wizards of the Coast probably overestimated the demand for Russian Magic cards, because I still see these booster packs on sale, but it's very hard to find some subsequent Russian booster packs, and especially, you know, the Russian foils are extremely sought after because people don't trade so much. I mean, from Russia to, let's say, the United States or to Europe, this is still quite a rare occurrence, and that's why Russian foils are really, really important for, let's say, set collectors, those who want to have a global set and something like this. So anyway, let's give it a go. Let's see what there is and hope for the best. There's still some nostalgic cards for us old school people. So this one, oh, I completely forgot the order. Right, so Blackmail, I think, might be worth something. This one, oh, this is a nice forest. Could be good. Oh wow, Plague Wind. Oh wow, Plague Wind I think might be worth something as a card for ADH. Stone Rain. Wow, 2 foils in one pack. 2 foils in one pack. How could it be? Wow, I actually, I don't know. I have never seen that, I will be honest with you. I mean, I don't remember what kind of foil distribution there was, but 2 foils in one pack. This is a great start. This is a great start. This is just, wow. I am impressed. I am impressed. Maybe actually, you know, I shouldn't bash these cards. Maybe I could play some of these like proxies in my pre-modern decks. The red sleight of hand might be worth something, not entirely sure, but the Worm downgraded to common and Mind Rot. Okay, I think it is a decent pack. I think it's rather nice. 2 foil. I mean, at least they were not weighing them, right? They were not weighing them. They were not trying to see if there are foils before opening. I don't know how this weighing works, and some people say it doesn't work at all. Some people say you need really good scales for that. Shatter, more or less playable, I would say. Again, these treetop braces or whatever. This guy we remember. And fish liver oil. Fish liver oil. Oh, Ron Spencer's art is always recognizable. And this is like the wild growth. These elves, nah, I don't know, could be worth something. Glory Seeker Vanilla. Bog Imp. Oh, I've just recognized this is our good old Bog Imp from old school. And okay, we've got this. Changing this. I forgot what it was. But okay, this is like Magical Hack and Slide of Mind together. Okay, well, it's a rare at least. Stream of Life again, our old school card. Do they smell good? Oh yeah, they still smell good. Oh, sorry about that. This is what happens when you get too emotional. So let's move on. These cards, I will be honest with you, are pretty hard to move. They're pretty hard to buy list, and this can be a bit of an issue. So this is Nantuko Husk, and this is okay. I don't know whether it's useful or not. Okay. Oh, Battle of Wits. Okay, that's fun. That's fun. This is a fun card. Not sure about the value. Again, I know the value of old school cards. My healer says hi. I know the value of old school cards because I usually track these. I usually assume that most of these cards usually go up. Sometimes they go down after a spike, but it's safe to assume that most of them go up. But here is just so random. Some ADH make something worth more, and also another thing that might happen is that some card will be reprinted, and as a result it will go down in value real hard, so who knows. Right, so Fire Breathing, I'm not a fan of this particular art. Mana Leak again. Mana Leak was worth so much when it was reprinted for the first time in the 8th edition. You know, people were crazy about Mana Leak. They were saying it's the new counter spell, everybody liked it, and now nobody seems to play it. So even in pre-modern I think it's not such a bad... Okay, so Painland, and well, okay, I might need the basics. This Anaconda, I don't think it's worth anything. Oh, okay, an Urza Land. An Urza Land is always worth something. At least this is $1 or so. Alright, that's not so bad. Okay, let's try to hit a big one. I do not remember what the big ones are here. I think there is a Grave Pack. Okay, so Pyroclasm, certainly appreciated. Annex. And Zombify and Annex, I might have use for them. Nightmare, such a great nostalgic card, but not so much value, Okay. So here I would put cards that I would consider unplayable, unfortunately. Mostly unplayable. It's not that I'm going to throw them away, but I don't know. I might keep them for some kind of common draft that I'm not going to do. So, you know, this is the thing that, you know, I mostly play online, and it's almost impossible to organize the sealed event online. I mean, if you do not have the same product as your opponent, so I mean, how can you organize a draft normally? I don't think it's viable. Oh, okay. I forgot. I thought this guy had trample. It doesn't. Mind Rot again. And I used to think that this card from Portal, it was originally from Portal. I don't remember the first or the second Portal. And when I first saw it in the magazine, you know, there was a magazine where you could cut out your own Portal mini deck. It was amazing. The cards were obviously smaller, and there was no proper back, and obviously it was made of magazine. It wasn't an insert. It was just a couple of pages in a magazine for gamers about video games, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, it's a pretty nostalgic card. I thought it was a good deal. 1/2 for 1 mana. All right. Okay, Vigilance. Oh, Vigilance was already introduced back then. Oh, Grizzly Bears. I have too many of these. And Holy Day. What I really don't understand about this old booster pack order is how you're supposed to open them. So normally, of course, we would go from commons to uncommons to rares, which are the most exciting cards. But here I don't really understand the logic. I mean, why would you put rare and then uncommon? So there is no way for you to get from commons to rare without seeing the uncommons. I mean, if you first open the uncommons and then you get the rare, then you get commons. I don't know. Are you supposed to open the uncommons and then the rare and this is basically all you care about, and you throw the commons away. I don't know, because I usually don't care about that. Okay, so this is evacuation, bounce all creatures. I'm going to check the value. I don't think it's really valuable. And okay, this Angel of Mercy, I think. Groundskeeper, it's a decent card. And the Horror of Horror, again, a card I never knew was reprinted. I, look at it for a second, but we had it in Legends, I think, actually. Sack a swamp to regenerate target black creature. Wow. No, these cards were not actually playable. These cards were not actually playable, and that's a pity, really, because people don't even know about these cards. I recently, not really recently, but a couple of years ago, I held a tournament, and again, when I was giving away all of my newer cards to my friends, I was so thrilled to see that people were looking at some cards from, let's say, Return to Ravnica and some other sets that were about 5 years old or so, and they were saying, oh, this card was in Ravnica, this card was in this and that set, and they were actually happy to see it, and they thought, oh, this is just a fun card. And of course, when people play Constructed, when people play even Limited, sometimes they do not really pay attention to these cards. Everything is moving so fast, people barely scratch the surface of the set, and this is why we love Old School, because in Old School, oh, that is nice, Seething Song, people really appreciate cards in sets, I mean in formats like Old School. This is a really nice art, but Beast of Burden is obviously not very good. This is just like Kaldon Warlord, but more expensive. I don't think it's got any value. Rewind, a counter spell I like, and Soul Warden can be of some value. And this is untap target creature gets +2/+4 until end of turn. Not something that is useful. So I am obviously losing money on these. But again, I didn't want to bother with selling these packs. I do not know. Probably it was a bad call. Alright then. Oh, Volcanic Hammer is something I used to think was good, but now it's just so bad, First they reprinted Volcanic Hammer, people were happy, then they reprinted Incinerate, people were even happier, then they reprinted Lightning Bolt, and if you look at the modern Lightning Bolt, there is some very nice flavor text saying something like, the mage did not expect these old power to return, something really funny. Yeah. So again, it's really surprised me that this amazing card, Lightning Bolt, was reprinted. I mean, it's not, of course, Dark Ritual or obviously Ancestral, but it's still amazing that they reprinted it. Anyway, if you look at some of these cards, you certainly understand what set they came from, and this one is obviously from Kamigawa, and well, just like this one, right? This was one of the cards I had in the 6th edition starter. This was my very first product. Oh, these ones, I think they are actually blinkable, but don't think they're valuable at all. Vanilla again. Hill Giant, again, it's amazing. I never realized that it is our old Hill Giant. Kavu is certainly something newer from the Invasion block, probably. Flight, again our old card. And so is Raised Dead. I mean, back in the 9th edition and some other older core sets, they still thought, and again, one more card from Old School, they were thinking about keeping the older cards and reprinting them, and I think that people didn't appreciate it back then. Personally, I didn't, I know that. Felwar Stone also is a very good card. A very, very good card. As an uncommon in Black Border, Russian. Okay, so yeah, again, I'm doing it wrong. Again, Seething Song. So yes, getting back to this debate about oh, Stormcrow. Wow, it's actually interesting because Stormcrow is translated as Vestnik Nenastia. This is basically like harbinger of not necessarily even storm, because this word can mean bad news, something like that. Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. That they actually got a little bit creative with translation. But some cards are translated terribly, to be honest with you. There were a couple of cases when there were two cards with different English names that were translated in exactly the same name in Russian. These were from different sets, but then again, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. Disrupting Scepter. So again, getting back to the debate, I was saying that people didn't like all the cards being reprinted. They saw them as underpowered, simplistic probably, and I personally like these, but back then I did not, so I guess Necrotol. I guess this was the reason that Wizards of the Coast decided to first of all revamp core sets, introduce some newer cards in them, and make them a little bit more advanced, and then they decided to get rid of them altogether. Then they brought them back, but overall we can say that these products had a rather turbulent history. Again, sleight of hand, Stone Rain, Braces, Common. So, you know, when you open a lot of boosters, you really can feel the value of these cards. I mean, when you're opening just 11 packs and you're getting the same commons, you certainly understand that it is a very common card, well, literally. So it's not surprising it doesn't hold any value, you know, any perceivable value. Cowardice with a quote by William Shakespeare, quote from Shakespeare. Okay, we've got a foil here. Oh no, it's a basic land, I'm sorry. Beautiful art by Rebecca Gray, who gives all of your creatures vigilance. I wish we had something like that in Old School, but in Old School we unfortunately only have Internal Warrior, which is not such a good card. Okay, yeah, this is a spellbook. Relic Tower is better, of course, so nobody really needs spellbook. But I was really, you know, I like spellbook. Library of Lang is also better, so yeah. That much has been said. Windrake, Hill Giant again, Naturalize, and the Flights, Gravedigger. Reclaim, I think, is the name. So, okay, this card was made much worse. And this is Wildfire. Wildfire is a really good card. And I remember the red artifact deck from the World Champions. I think it was a Kai Buddy deck. I still have it, the gold bordered Worlds deck. And Wildfire is incredibly powerful there because we rely mostly on artifact mana, and we also have got a creature that has 5 toughness and our opponent probably does not. Yeah, so these were very nice days. And one more Urza Land, and Blaze, and Llanowar Behemoth. But here, this is a bad translation, because in Russian when we say Behemoth, this literally means a hippo, and behemoth, as you know, it means something like a beast, but in Russian the translation, you know, was made incorrectly, because they assumed that behemoth is some kind of a monster, not a hippo. So yeah, it's quite complicated. Anyway, did we get anything useful? So I mean, of course, the packs like that, they could have been sold for, I don't know, maybe about $100, maybe a little bit less. But the cards here we have got, I don't know, maybe $20-30 at best. But still, it was fun. It was fun, and I will check these. Maybe some of them are more valuable. We'll see. So that is it. Do not expect any modern framed cards here on this channel anytime soon. And thank you for watching anyway. Bye.